representing the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Norman Paku, ENMU National Coordinator, Ms. Cici Kabasuka, WFP Country Representative, Mrs. Li Shuying, Deputy Director General of China International Center for Economic and Technical Exchanges, CSET, friends from the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great honor for me to join Her Honor Vice President Mrs. Mutali Nambango today at this handover ceremony for Chinese government's funding award for food assistance toward the drought in Zambia. On behalf of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Zambia, please allow me to express my warmest congratulations to the Zambian government and people on the handover of food assistance. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, this food assistance program serves to strengthen the comprehensive, strategic, and cooperative partnership between China and Zambia, standing as another testament to our traditional friendship forged by our founding fathers and carefully nurtured by successive generations of leadership, in particular, President Xi Jinping and President Hakan Hichilema. China's unwavering support for Zambia can be found in the generous and selfless help it has rendered on several occasions in recent years, when Zambia needed it the most. Millions of doses of vaccines were donated during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the Levi Mwanabasa Teaching Hospital was expanded and handed over ahead of schedule as the largest medical service provider in this country to curb COVID-19. More than 100,000 oral cholera vaccine capsules and anti-cholera supplies worth tens of millions of kwacha were provided to help combat the outbreak. 3 million meals plants were constructed with Chinese grants to ensure food security. Boreholes were drilled in drought-affected areas to address water shortage with Chinese financial and technical assistance. Agricultural plant protection drones were provided by the Chinese Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs to help enhance productivity, and the Smart Village pilot project was enforced to ensure power supply, access to the internet, and the education for local communities. Let me assure you that the Chinese side will continue to mobilize resources through multiple channels to support Zambia's development by building more meal plants, drilling more boreholes, donating anti-HIV supplies and drugs, and expanding the Smart Village project to more parts of this country. As long as our Zambian brothers and sisters are in need, Chinese assistance will stay. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, this food assistance program, engaging China, Zambia, and the World Food Program, represents a new model of a partnership that integrates bilateral aid into a broader, more systemic multilateral framework, a testimony to China's proactive and constructive role within the UN system. Last year, the Chinese embassy, in partnership with WFP, commenced a project to drill 2 boreholes and place mechanized water systems in Mambo Village, Monza district. Inspired by the success of the first attempt, we further applied this approach to more joint aid projects with transparency, better coordination and more long-term benefits to recipient countries. This food assistance program is just one other example of such practices. I would also like to take this opportunity to once again express my deepest appreciation for Zambia's effort to push for the adoption of UN Resolution 2758 in the year of 1971, which restored all lawful rights of the People's Republic of China in the United Nations. It was your contribution more than half a century ago that gave China a chance to become a pivotal force for justice and fairness in our world today. In China will, as always, work relentlessly to uphold genuine multilateralism and support the UN in playing a central role in international affairs. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, this food assistance program highlights the concrete steps of China have taken to implement the Global Development Initiative established in 2015 and upgraded in 2022. The Global Development in South-South Cooperation Fund was a specialized instrument created by the Chinese government under the GDI framework to finance the development of global South countries. The fund has made significant contribution to the attainment of the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Since its inception, more than 190 projects have been implemented in over 60 developing countries in collaboration with over 20 international organizations. These projects cover such fields as food security, medical and health services, maternal and child health, and vocational training, benefiting more than 30 million people worldwide. Today, with this $3.5 million of earmarked contribution from the fund to WFP, Zambia becomes one of its beneficiaries. Today, let me reaffirm China's commitment to global development and international development cooperation. We will continue to prioritize development and stick to people-centered and innovation-driven approach. In this process, we will work to ensure harmony between mankind and nature, and we will see to it that no country and no one is left behind. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, this year marks the 65th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and Zambia, the 80th anniversary of the founding of the United Nations, and the 10th anniversary of the establishment of the Global Development and South-South Cooperation Fund. The world is standing at a historical crossroad where only closer cooperation and coordination can take mankind into a better future. China will always be there to contribute its wisdom and resources with a view to bringing about a community with a shared future for humanity at the most sound force for peace and development. Once again, congratulations on the successful handover of the food assistance. Thank you all.